No, I mean, are they still making movies?
No,
If it's
productions.
no union, no, no, no,
Yeah, productions are
no.
down.
Oh,
Non-union, maybe.
Yeah, I am
But
real. I'm sure if I had funding, I could go out and you know make something, but I wouldn't be able to do it under a SAG Media probably. I wouldn't be
right.
able to do it under a SAG Media contract. They'd be
But
like,
just
"Hey,
think of the apocalyptic movies you can make right now, because there's nobody in the
I
states.
actually included." I just wrote a new script the other night, and I said, "Well, why don't I set it after like the very end of the current apocalypse?" And there's references to the virus. And I make a reference to the fact that people can move around because the politicians stopped getting in the way of the cure. I didn't mention which politicians. We know what aisle is
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
hey, we don't want you to get cured.
wow.
yeah. It could be fun, but no, everything's shut down.
Yeah.
I do
At
like the
least
fact that they are bringing the movies that were in the theater straight to
Yes.
your home living room. I
kind
wish
of,
they would do
but
that.
but the trouble is some films you really need to see in a theater. I'm so glad I saw Emma in a theater because it's this magnificent, sprawling production value film, and it was awesome because it doesn't hurt that I love Anya Taylor Joy, but it was brilliant. And I'm saying I'm so glad I didn't see this first on a tiny screen.
Jeff, quit being so selfish. There are introverts like myself out there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if there was something like Infinity War and Endgame, you don't want to first watch those on a tiny screen. Those are you got to go see them with all the booming sound and stuff.
Well, I got a 70-inch screen TV with surround sound. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm happy.
There you go. Well, that's better than like what I have, which is like a little 2-foot monitor in front of me.
The
I'm
movie
gonna.
Gettysburg is amazing on that thing. So anyway,
Oh, cool. Well, there you go.
Wow. So you have back when you was investigating, you traveled to a lot of different places to investigate. Uh, what do you
yeah, that was fun.
what do you think?
Hey, they're already dead. They should let you investigate.
Yeah. What do you think was one of your favorite places to actually go to?
Lakehurst, without a doubt.
Lake,
I
The
was
basketball team?
Lakehurst, where the Hindenburg crashed.
Oh, Lakehurst,
oh,
New Jersey.
did
Okay.
you
Yeah, yeah.
did you go up there with
Yes, Pat and Doug,
Pat and Doug? Yeah.
actually, it was just us three, and I was very what's the word I'm looking for? Appreciative. Yeah, I was. That was very special to me because I've always been interested in the Hindenburg, and to be standing out there where that came down was just that was probably at the top of my list.
Yeah, they kind of have it.
I was very grateful to be there. Very grateful.
They've made
I've
it.
always the newsreel always impressed me because you could see the technicians running for their effing lives on the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what kind of stuff did you capture there?
We got some German voices. I had an app on my phone that we asked questions and that would talk in German. Ask questions in German, and we got some German responses on EVP.
Wow.
Two of the coolest things that I've caught, and nobody could explain it. There was this back room, and I had left a couple of recorders in there, and it was just this crazy static on the one, and it lasted probably about 5 minutes, and then it just went away. And then the other one, it sounded like the office was just being torn apart and things were getting thrown all over. And when we went in there, nothing was out of place or anything.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we didn't know that until I got home and listened to it.
Right.
But yeah, it sounded like it was getting destroyed.
Huh.
And I'm sure Pat got some great evidence. I don't remember, but that was probably my all-time favorite. And then the other one would be the Edgar Allan Poe Museum in Richmond.
Really?
That was really cool. Yeah.
So, can anybody go up to the Hindenburg place?
No. See, that's another thing. I was very grateful that they invited me. You had to get it's still an active military base, and you had to get clearance and everything. I know they used to do bus tours years ago. I don't know if they still do that. But even in the bus tour, they only took you so close to, where it actually came down. So we got to actually drive right there and park. And it was just, like Jeff said, you see that footage of it coming down and you just stand there and look up and
You just
that
imagine
was
it
just,
happening. Yeah.
great memory.
And you got to also go into the hangar part too, right?
I didn't know.
Pat did.
I think
know
they
he was
did.
in there. Yeah.
They did. They went another time for a follow-up.
Yeah. Wow.
But yes, being there, I was thrilled.
Let's go back for a minute and talk about that the audio phenomenon that you were talking about, which was it sounds like things are being thrown around, tossed around, trashed. But when you go into a room, nothing's moved at all. And what's your take on that? Is it an active haunt with the noise being caused by something that they're doing on their side, or is it residual, do you think?
Sounded like the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think it was residual. Everybody there, if I remember, everybody that worked there was very nice, present and past. So I don't think it was like anybody angry in there throwing a fit or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember also that there were 2 guard dogs, and there was 2 sets of locked gates that kept them dogs in, and something kept unlocking, letting the dogs out.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was like a Who from
Well,
Fringe.
if I remember right, and I could have this wrong, and you could ask Pat, he could correct you. The soldiers there were actually asking for transfers because they were seeing something that was human-like, but walking on, 4 legs, and then it would disappear down a sewer drain.
Really?
Yeah, and we didn't see it. I was so disappointed. And the
They all
cool
run
thing
away
was,
towards it.
the cool thing was what sewer drain was right outside of the corner of that office where I had the recorders.
Now,
And that was the first time they had this MP vehicle, and the dogs were going crazy out in the field. And the one MP asked me if I'd like to ride along, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. See what's going on out there. And they had this really cool flare on top of the vehicle that you could turn and watch the camera inside.
really?
That was pretty wild.
Wow.
And we didn't see anything out there, but the dogs were going crazy.
Well, do you think the noise that was in the room was maybe, if it wasn't residual, it would have been the people living at the time the Hindenburg had crashed, and they were either looking for something or trying to destroy evidence or something like that from that period?
That could be that. I mean, that's I have the recording still to this day. I mean, I could send to both of them, Henry. I made sure I held on to them. Matter of fact, the static I actually sent to John Zaffis to see if he could tell me what that was or if he had ever heard anything like that before. And he said no, he's never heard anything like that before, and he couldn't explain it.
See, when you get stuff like that, it always fascinates me because you don't know whether it is residual or something that they're just reliving over and over, or if it's something that was there now. So
Yeah, like I said, we let the recorder run for a while and open the door up and nothing out of place, nothing.
huh.
By the sound, you'd think that office would be torn apart.
Now, did you hear that when you
Nope,
was on the outside? You didn't hear anything at all.
nothing at all.
Okay. So what about the Edgar Allan Poe Museum? Is that still open to the public or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was just, I think I was just in awe. I'm a fan of old Edgar, and it was just cool being there. It was late at night, and we got to go to places that the public don't normally get to go to.
Right.
The one thing I remember about that is either Doug or Pat got tripped going down the stairs. Somebody got tripped going down the stairs, if I remember right.
Huh.
But I was just, I just enjoyed being there. I was like a total dork. Like, man, this is so cool. We did get some EVPs. I don't have them anymore. I lost so many EVPs over the years from, laptops crashing.
Right. Yeah.
Um, unfortunately, but
So did you catch anything? You may not have it now, but did you catch anything when you was investigating?
oh yeah, I remember we got some really cool EVP. We were in the there was a stairway. Man, it's been a while. There was a little stairway right off to the side of the shop, and they said something was going on there. They heard people walking up and down the stairs. I can't remember, but we were sitting on the stairway, and we got some really cool EVPs. And it was really, I wish I could remember what they were, but yeah, I can't remember what they were.
Hmm.
Neat. It's a great museum.
It is. It's beautiful.
And you said it's in Richmond?
Richmond, Virginia. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just want to go back because I had my eye on this crow. The gift shop is closed, but I wanted to, or a raven. I'm sorry. I wanted to get a raven for my office, and
Ooh.
I take it you mean a
everyone-
stuffed one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
now,
they were pretty cool.
did he used to live in Baltimore also?
Yes, I believe that's where he
Oh, yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
And he's buried there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was adopted in that family, right? I believe he was adopted.
That I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember that part. Okay.
I
There,
know
there's
he was kind
a
of creepy. He was married, to his niece
cousin,
or something. Cousin? Yeah.
I think. Yeah, something like that. But if he was adopted, then it really wouldn't have been a blood issue, would it? Sort of like the Brady Bunch. They're not really our
Sort of
sisters,
like
you know.
the Brady Bunch. Oh,
But no, there's a YouTube channel where these two investigators, um, they on one channel they do investigations, and you got the one guy who's the believer, the other guy is open-minded, but he's a bit of a skeptic, and he's kind of goofy about it. And another channel they go over history, and it's a panel where they kind of riff and make jokes about it, and they went over Edgar Allan Poe. The only reason I don't share their videos from either channel onto Paranormal View Facebook page is they do drop a lot of F-bombs. And it's fine in character watching them, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to be sharing that on Facebook page. But I share the other ghost videos because there's no cursing. In fact, if they're showing a clip that has a curse, they bleep it out. I'm like, that's family friendly. I can certainly share that.